Hello and welcome. Christian Leadership in Business, Leading with Biblical Principles, Part 1. What makes a great Christian leader today in the area of business or corporate organization? How do we know that one is indeed a great Christian leader? How do we find out? We know that Jesus was the greatest leader of all times, yet he didn't have a title. He never had a corporate office like headquarters or a regional office. He never had such a massive marketing team. Instead, he led with servanthood. He led with integrity. He led with wisdom. If you want to lead God's way in your business today, please stay with me, because I am going to share with you 6 powerful biblical leadership principles that will transform how you lead and how you grow your business. What is Christian leadership? Mark chapter 10 verse 45. For even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. So, Christian leadership equals serving, not controlling. This is where many Christian business leaders, they get it wrong. They want to control instead of to serve. Christian leadership is not about power or control. That is not what it is about. It is about serving others in all honesty, in humility. Jesus led by putting people first, teaching and leading by example. That's how he led. As a Christian business leader, your role is to ensure that, number one, you inspire and empower your team. That is your role, number one, to empower and inspire your team. This is one of the most challenging aspects of leadership, to inspire and to empower your team. It is very tough to do. It is so difficult to do. To inspire means to infuse something into the mind. To infuse something into the mind. It means to communicate to the spirit. How do you do that? Because all your team members, they are not at the same level of intelligence as you are. All your team members, they are not at the same level of education, at the same level of education, the same level of communication, the same level of understanding or leadership steps or actions. Some of them are slow learners. They don't learn very fast. So to inspire means to infuse something into the mind of your team members, into the mind of those you are leading in your team to achieve your goal or the vision of your organization or your business. What do you infuse into the mind, and how do you do that? So that's why it has become one of the most challenging aspects of leadership, to inspire. In fact, there are people that, based on their social orientation, based on their spiritual background, based on their level of education, they are so difficult to inspire. When you are saying something else to inspire them, they are having a different kind of understanding about it. When you are communicating effectively to empower them with knowledge and understanding on how to achieve the goal or the vision of your organization or business, they are having a complete contrary perspective. How do you inspire such a people? How do you communicate to their spirit? How do you convey, as by a divine or supernatural influence, to disclose preternatural, to produce something in someone? That is inspiration. How do you do it in the life or in the understanding of your team members? How do you do that? First of all, you have to try to study them. You have to try to understand how they reason, how they are able to assimilate or understand information or process information. Your team members may not be at the same level of communication as you are. They may not be at the same level of education or the same level of insight such as you are. They may be very slow in learning. They may not be that quick in taking action. So you have to study to understand how they reason, how they process information. You have to really study them and observe them to know what actually inspires and what empowers them. Each of them, they have different levels of empowerment or inspiration. It's possible that your team members are inspired and empowered differently based on the background, based on the business or leadership orientation, based on their education and financial intelligence. So try to study and observe to know how to inspire, what actually inspires them, what actually motivates them, and what actually empowers them. Number 2, make wise faith-based decisions. Your decision is very critical, very important when it comes to Christian leadership in business. Your decision directs actions which in turn determine profits or loss in business. Therefore, You must make wise decisions based on your faith as a Christian entrepreneur and as a leader. Number 3, lead with humility. This is what you need to understand. Not just humility, you must add integrity and honesty to your leadership. Lead with humility, lead with integrity, lead with honesty. Humility, integrity, or honesty sometimes is so difficult to define in specific terms or words. Very, very difficult to define because of cultural or social differences. My definition of humility, my definition of integrity, my definition of honesty may not fly with you because of social or educational differences or cultural differences. But here is the thing, we may come to terms that humility for Christian leadership in business is about not making everything about you. It's about not making everything about your profit. It is about not making everything about your overall goals, without making provisions for others to achieve their business goals and leadership success while serving under your leadership. Integrity is being consistent with your word. That is integrity. I believe you agree with me on that. Being so steadfast, it means keeping to your word. That is integrity. It means trustworthiness. Honesty is truthfulness and not given to lying or fraud. So these are very component aspects or principles that you must apply in your leadership in business as a Christian entrepreneur. Lead with humility, lead with integrity, lead with honesty. And number 4, be truthful in your dealings. Be truthful in your dealings. Matthew 5:37. Simply let your yes be yes and your no, no. Anything beyond this comes from the evil one. That is what the Bible says. Don't contradict yourself. Don't contradict what you said yesterday with what you said today. Don't contradict your brand, your agreement with your client or with your employees or with your partners in business or shareholders. Don't ever go contrary to what you said last year, to what you said a few months ago. Not for any reason that should be admissible, that should be acceptable, but simply because of what you want to get out of it, without considering how your partner in business, how your clients or your customers or your employees will feel. Be truthful in your dealings. That is what the Bible says here. Let your yes be yes and let your no be no. Anything that is beyond this comes from the evil one. Number 5, keep your promises and commitments. Keep your promises and commitments. Psalms 15:4. Those who despise persistent sinners and honor the faithful followers of the Lord and keep their promises even when it hurts. And keep their promises even when it hurts. Many people can never keep to the promises when it hurts. When your personal interest comes in between the promises you've made, the commitment that you have vowed to make, either for your employee, either for your partner in business, as a Christian business leader, sometimes we do not consider the consequences of going contrary to our promises or breaking our promises or reneging on our promises or commitments because it hurts. When it hurts your interest, when it hurts your family, when it hurts that profit you want to make out of that business or that transaction, do you keep to your promise? Do you remain committed to the terms and conditions of the business deal? Do you remain committed? Do you not ever try to manipulate to see how you can maneuver things to ensure that you actually achieve what you want, contrary to the terms and conditions of the business deal? You have to keep to your promises. You have to remain committed, even when it hurts. That is what the Bible teaches. And number 6, operate your business with honesty. Operate your business with honesty. Genesis 30:33. And my honesty will testify for me in the future. Whenever you check on the wages you have paid me, any goat in my possession that is not speckled or spotted, or any lamb that is not dark colored, will be considered stolen. That is Jacob talking to his uncle Laban in their business transaction, in their contractual agreement. That was what he said. He operated his business with honesty. He said to Laban, What we just read now was what he said to Laban, that my honesty will testify for me in the future. Sometimes people don't understand the power and the impact of honesty in their future, in their business. Some people don't understand that honesty can impact on your business in the future. It can impact on your profit in the future. It can impact on your results, your overall results in the future. Jacob was very careful to consider his future in business. And so he made sure that he made a statement that he will remain committed to demonstrate how honest he is with his uncle Laban in business. He said, my honesty will testify for me in the future. Whenever you check on the wages you have paid me, any goat in my possession that is not speckled or spotted, or any lamb that is not dark colored, will be considered stolen. And he never stole from Laban. And you know the story, how he made so much out of that very business transaction that he became so great. When you lead with integrity, people trust you. That is one of the benefits of integrity and honesty. When you lead with integrity, people trust you, and trust is the foundation of leadership. So quickly, which of these biblical leadership principles speaks to you the most? Comment below. If this video helped you, hit like and subscribe button for more faith-based business wisdom. Let us lead with faith and impact lives for God's kingdom. And I will see you again in another powerful video, which is the part 2. God bless you and bye-bye.